Remember, remember the 5th of November and Rodney Rabbit's foot by Teddy Snuggletail for comfy corner time. Many, many moons ago, in a cosy little village, there lived a boisterous little boy named Jimmy. His best friend was a cuddly toy rabbit named Rodney. Wherever Jimmy went, Rodney Rabbit went too, tucked under his arm or in his backpack. Where one went, the other was sure to follow. As autumn arrived, the air grew crisp, and the normally quiet little village buzzed with excitement. It was nearly bonfire night. Children scooted around with their make-believe guys stuffed in wheelbarrows. "Penny for the guy, penny for the guy," they shouted. Soon there would be a giant bonfire, and the night sky would be ablaze with colourful fireworks. Remember, remember, the 5th of November. Everyone chanted on the village green as they prepared for the big event. Jimmy's mummy was cooking a special bonfire night feast, and she had a serious but caring message for her son. "Jimmy," she said, kneeling beside him, "we're going to the bonfire night celebrations this evening, and I would love for you to have a fantastic time. But promise me one thing. You won't go too close to the fire. Fires can be dangerous. They burn, and I don't want you to get hurt." Jimmy gazed up at his mummy with wide, innocent eyes, and he nodded eagerly. "I promise, Mummy. I'll be careful." As the sun set, Jimmy and his mother joined their neighbours and friends at the Guy Fawkes party. The sky was clear and the air was chilly. When everyone had arrived, it was time to light the fire. Everyone stood well back as the firemen went to work. Whoosh! It lit up the night sky. Little sparks danced around the top as the flames licked higher and higher. It crackled and danced as everyone cheered. The party had begun. Rodney Rabbit was perched on Jimmy's shoulder, his button eyes twinkling in the flickering flames. The fireworks took to the night sky with tremendous speed. Whiz, bang, whoosh, pop. The colours were fantastic. Jimmy had never seen anything so amazing. Well, not since the year before. He, along with everyone else, stood there gazing up at the sky, spellbound. But as the night grew on, Jimmy's attention turned to the bonfire. It was cold, and he couldn't resist the urge to get closer and feel the warmth on his face. Mummy's words echoed in his mind, but the temptation was too strong to resist. Without thinking, he let go of his mummy's hand and wandered away, inching closer and closer to the towering flames. Rodney Rabbit clung to his shoulder, his little face all bright in the glow of the flames. Then in one silly moment, Jimmy held Rodney Rabbit out closer to the bonfire. Rodney's little soft, stuffed foot brushed against the fiery edge, and a big hole appeared. It smelt horrible. Jimmy gasped, realizing what he'd done. Rodney Rabbit's foot was burned. He was hurt. Jimmy had burnt him. Tears welled up in the little boy's eyes as he clutched his beloved Rodney. Mummy had caught sight of what had happened, and she rushed to her son's side. Gently, she took Rodney Rabbit from Jimmy's hands and examined the damage. "Oh, Jimmy," she said softly, "I told you to be careful. Fires can be very hot, and now Rodney's hurt." Jimmy's eyes filled with regret as he looked at his injured friend. "I'm so sorry. I should have listened to Mummy." Mummy hugged Jimmy tightly and wiped away his tears. "It's okay, little man. We all make mistakes, but the important thing is that we learn from them. Fires can be amazing to see, but they can also be very dangerous. Now we've learnt that fires burn, haven't we?" Jimmy nodded. his little face terribly sad. "Yes, Mummy, I won't go too close to a fire again." Mummy smiled. "Let me take Rodney home to my special toy hospital," she said. Then, pulling out a sewing kit, she skillfully sewed a soft patch onto Rodney's injured foot. She spoke gently as she worked. "We must always remember to be safe and listen to advice. It's okay to be curious, but we must be careful too." Jimmy nodded, his eyes fixed on his newly patched friend. "I promise, Mummy. I'll always be careful." That night, as he lay in bed, Jimmy held Rodney Rabbit close, his little heart filled with relief that he and his beloved friend were safe and sound. He thought of the important lesson he had learned. Fires could be mesmerizing, but they could also burn, and listening to those who cared about him was the best way to stay safe.